Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to yet another film review, spoiler-free film review, but this time it's for the fastest man alive. Like that, I can't do it though because it's got really massive tits. It's Barry Allen's The Flash. It's not called Barry Allen's The Flash, it's The Flash. We're here to do the spoiler-free review for The Flash. We had Spider-Man, then Transformers, now The Flash, and I don't know what's coming up next, like big in our weird, nerdy, beautiful world. I think, like TV show-wise, it's Secret Invasion, but I don't know what the next big, like, nerdy film is. They're like something like, I don't know, fucking know, The Marvels? Whenever that's out, but we're here to talk about The Flash. Now, there will be a spoiler-heavy review up on the channel in a couple of days' time when we do the podcast and shit. But if you haven't seen the film already, don't worry, we're not going to spoil it for you. But if you have seen the film, please let me know what you think in the comments below on one of our last outings of the DCEU. I think we got like this, Aquaman and Blue Beetle, I think. And is Blue Beetle part of the DCU? I can't remember. We'll wait till James Gunn's done all of this stuff. I don't think it is, but we'll wait and see. I'm going to get straight out there and say I had so much fun with The Flash. I went into it thinking, okay, I'm going to look at Barry Allen, I'm going to look at Ezra Miller, knowing all the weird shit that's going on inside of his actual real-life, personal life, and be like, you're a superhero, but we know that you're a bit of a weird bastard outside. But I completely forgot about that in 2 seconds. I guess it was that wrong of me to forget about that. Because obviously I'm here to get down to the nitty and gritty nerdy shit. I'm not here to talk about all the weird culty looking sort of stuff he does. What about that in a flash to like what I did there? That were a really good joke, wasn't it? This film really was so much fun. Yeah, there was a couple of moments that a little bit of hiccups. There was a couple of little weird moments. There was an editing issue or whatnot. You'll get to it. There's like a moment where they're leaving a big building. They're all just like, how do we get out of here? Next thing you know, they're out of there. Like, okay, we just worked that out. It's absolutely fine. But there was some splendid moments. Some splendid moments. I don't use that word. Some terrific moments where, for example, the Ezra Miller playing the normal Barry Allen that we know, and this other one that's 10 years. What I think he was a few years younger, and the way that they composed them two together, kind of like Tom Hardy's the Cray film, I can't remember what it's called, The Town, or whatever it's called, not The Town, how they spliced that together, it looked really good. They did that so well. There are even moments where one Barry Allen's holding another Barry Allen, they're sort of going around and doing things and whatnot, and it just seemed flawless, and it went so well together, and it didn't look out of place, and it didn't look dodgy. But as much as they smashed the sort of like CGI look, however it is they matched that together, some of the CGI bits was a little bit questionable. And I'm not usually here, all right, Dog's here to get involved in The Flash. You're usually here to talk about like the CGI was disgusting, it was crap, it was raw. Usually I'm not, as long as it looks decent, I'm happy, I'm easily pleased. But there was a couple of moments, especially with like the suit related stuff in this, where you're a bit like, that looks a bit sus. It wasn't a whole lot. It was just bits here, there, and everywhere that sort of had to niche together, and it looked a little bit hazy. But going back to the epic side of things, when they used had to show Barry Allen's like speed abilities and the way that they used the CGI and stuff to show how fast he was, like when the camera, you've seen it in the trailer surely, when the camera's panning back and he goes, it looked phenomenal. It was going up the side of the building, the little bits of electricity and whatever. That really did look phenomenal. Some of the new characters we get introduced with, well, not new, but like this was a different take on Khan Zar-El. She was a little bit different to what we're used to, but that's fine. This is a new multiversal world. This is the first time I've ever seen this version, I guess. But she was fantastic. General Zod coming back, he was awesome. Michael Keaton, is there any way to say that, he was brilliant? Michael Keaton is obviously a fantastic actor anyway, so he's going to smash it. He was great to see. We got a few like fun Easter eggs and callbacks to the old stuff. Again, stuff you probably would have seen in the trailer, like you want to get nuts, or I'm Batman. There was a moment though he said that to Barry Allen, like he says it, I'm Batman, and Barry Allen's like, yeah, instead of being like, yeah, I fucking know, mate. What we doing here? I know you're Batman. Still, it was fun, like little Easter eggy, referencey stuff, I guess, for the other audiences and the older people in the audience as well, the people that were maybe, my sort of age or younger when the '89 Batman stuff come out. Still great to see him. Ben Affleck was obviously also really fun. One of my favourite Batman of all time. He was really, really cool. So a couple of fun little other nods and things you can look forward to and wait for when you sit at the big screen for yourself. We can talk about it more in the spoiler heavy review podcast. But some really fun moments and some cameos in here and there and everywhere. It was a after just coming off the back of a mental, crazy, over the top, beautiful multiverse story, I went into thinking, shit, I'm going to hold this in too high regard because I need it to compete with Spider-Man. But at the same time, I thought, oh, okay, no, actually, no, I don't, because it's its own, it's the Flash multiverse, it's the DC multiverse, it's all this, it's a different thing. That was the Spider-related stuff. I'm always going to see that as better anyway because Spider-Man related shit is my jam, as we already fucking know. But it did it really well. It didn't, like, fall under the shadow of what we've just had in Across the Spider-Verse. It worked really well as this awesome, fast-flowing, but very emotional story. The stuff with Barry Allen, his mother and whatnot, didn't half get me. I was sat there, oh, but there's the relationship between the two anyway, especially, you know, the comics and whatnot, is already emotional enough. But to get it there, I was like, oh my God, this is really hitting me harder than I thought. It was a fun adventure. It's obviously, it starts off, we see Barry Allen, he's talking to Bruce Wayne. I can go back and can save these people, I can save my parents, I can save your parents, all that carry on. Bruce Wayne gives him his warning. But he still goes out and does the thing that, you know, he maybe shouldn't, but he should do, but he shouldn't do, but he should do. Bruce Wayne's like, maybe he shouldn't. Anyway, he goes out and does it, and we have this crazy, wacky butterfly effect sort of adventure. And it worked really well. And usually lately, the last DC sort of films, you sort of go into going, okay, should I care too much knowing that what James Gunn's going to come and do like a hard reset? Do I really give a fuck? But no, because of this film, I had so much fun watching it. I actually kind of forgot about that. I got to the end of it and thought, do you know what? Even though this is all getting erased and we're starting again and whatever's going forward, I should be like, okay, a bit flat now because nothing's going to come from it. I was like, actually, that was just a fun comic book film. That was just a great way to explore these awesome characters in this big 3D fucking big screen adventure. It was so cool, and I didn't think, all right, that was pointless. We've got the DCU stuff coming now, but it was really, really fun, and that thought just literally left my mind the second I left the cinema. With it being Barry Allen and whatnot, it was so much fun. We had his crazy little jokes. There was a few jokes that I think most of the jokes definitely landed for me anyway, but there was a few that's just sort of, okay, whatever, but 90% of the jokes really did land, and the dynamic between the different Bruce Waynes and this Barry Allen and whatnot, and Barry Allen with like Supergirl and General Zod and whatnot, the dynamics between everybody was really great anyway. Straight away, not straight away because however long we're into this now, it was an awesome popcorn film. It was a great comic book story. It didn't fall flat considering everything that surrounded the reset coming, the Ezra Miller stuff surrounding it all. It really did work, and a lot of people are hyping up saying the best comic book film in years. Definitely not in my opinion. It's going to be hard to top some of the most recent editions we got, including stuff from DC like the Batman, Guardians Volume 3, Across the Spider-Verse. But it was really awesome. You're going to have so much fun. On a whole, the CGI and the look of it is great. Like I said, a few hit and miss moments. A couple of little like things you can pick up on and be like, oh, what? But I'm here for the Flash running around really fast. I'm not here for an intricately woven fucking bit of Mozart and masterpiece or whatever. I'm here to see the Flash run around really quick. And it ticked all my comic book little boxes. Say as well, not to compare all three of them, but if I had to rank the last 3 cinema viewings we've had, like I said, Spider-Man, Transformers, The Flash, I think it would go in that order from number 1 to 3, Spider-Man, Transformers, then The Flash. Not to say The Flash is the worst. Flash, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. It's getting 100%, it's getting 9 out of 10. Just like I said, I hated the fact that I left it, loved Michael Keaton and everything, and I thought, they could have done this film without him, really. They couldn't they? They just sort of brought him back for the sake of it, which is awesome because I'm like, yay, Michael Keaton's here, get us going. But I'm thinking, they just sort of done that after watching the film, just to be like, let's bring him back, get a couple of people talking interesting. Because as well, that for me at one point was maybe the biggest driving force. But when I've watched the film, the biggest takeaway for me, like I said, I can't say it enough now, is the emotional scenes between Barry and his mum and stuff, which was just really, really cool to see. But anyway, regardless, it was so much fun. It looked great. It was a cool story. I wasn't too bothered that the chances are we're not going anywhere anymore with this now that it's done. Aquaman and Blue Beetle to come, and then we're going to be done. Okay, let's go into the DCU and stuff. But it was a cool comic book film, awesome popcorn film, great, like 2 hour-ish, 2 hours 10 or something like that. Watch, so much fun, so much enjoyment, fun story, looked great on the most part. Michael Keaton's back, Supergirl, couple of Barry Allens rocking around, and a few more surprises. So visuals, that was my review for The Flash. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy this review, please, booski, let me know in the comments below. Anything you want to let me know about the way I talk about shit, or if you've seen this film already and you just want to tell me what you thought, because that would be fucking helpful down below. For visuals, go check out The Flash, a solid 9 out of 10. One of the better and one of the best DCEU films, without a shadow of a doubt. It really, I feel like I've undersold it completely in this. I really had so much fun. It was genuinely genuinely awesome. So please check it out. It's just the Tim Burton Batman theme. It's just playing in my head. Hearing all that again, awesome. Visuals, go check out The Flash. 9 out of 10 for me, and let me know whatever you want in the comments below. Visuals, apart from that, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally best. Keep being you, and keep on keeping on.